to give a little talk.
Thanks, man. Good evening. My name is Tim Reichenberger, and I work for the state of Wisconsin at the Wisconsin Resource Center near Oshkosh, where I and several other people help treat mentally ill inmates. Full disclosure, I am not a union member. I am management. But I have been blessed to work for an organization who I believe has good union management relationship. One of the reasons why I believe this is because good leadership is about sharing power so that people can make better decisions, more informed decisions together. That they grow and become better people, build better communities, and develop even more leaders. The current political right would have you believe that this is socialistic thinking. I call it common sense leadership. Another full disclosure, I am the person who would always vote Republican. But to paraphrase Republican icon Ronald Reagan, I didn't leave the Republican Party has left me. The age of compassionate conservatism is dead in the Republican Party. There is nothing compassionate about Scott Walker or the Fitzgerald brothers or anybody else down there at the moment. I can no longer recognize the party I once supported. Redistricting in secrecy, labeling middle-class people as haves, implying my wife, friends, co-workers who went to Madison to express their opinion as out-of-state thugs, that they work in sewer schools. These are the people of Wisconsin. Leading by authority versus trying to convince people in the realm of ideas. They are not interested in buy-in with their proposals. They are interested in obedience. They have driven a fault line through Wisconsin, and it's unacceptable and unsustainable. Leadership is not bound by position or authority. In fact, to do so like the Republican leadership right now is the lowest level a person can lead from. And when they are out of power, nobody will follow them. And just because you have authority does not make you a wise or good decision maker. Just ask the teachers in any school district in Wisconsin whose schools boards gave them no input into the employment handbooks and how well that's working for their districts now. The ironic thing is I can picture no other profession that exemplifies leadership more than teaching. We as parents share our authority with educators so they can better teach our children arithmetic, to learn to solve logical equations we can't, to teach them history so they do not repeat the mistakes of our past, so they can read so that there are no limits to their learning, to personally grow so that someday they too can be better men and women, build better communities, and eventually develop more leaders.
Amen.
For this, my honest opposition, my Republican friends have outcasted me. Because if you are not with them, they are against you. We've endured one of the toughest years in the state's history. A divided state, a toxic social environment, protests, an unprecedented amount of recall elections. Through all these difficulties we've had in the last year, we've stood together. We've shared in our triumphs together and suffered in our failures together. We stand with Wisconsin. Come this summer, we will lead the nation ahead of the fall presidential elections, and we will demand new leadership. And when that's done, they'll know what we stand for. They'll know what we demand from those who represent us. The nation will know that we are Wisconsin. Thank you.
Thanks, Tim. And if your old friends cast you out,